Hello again and happy April Fool's Day. I have done some very nice April Fool's jokes on my private channels, but today this channel is not about April Fools. I promised you tramline number 8 and I will deliver you tramline number 8. That's why we are in Arabianranta, in one of the northernmost places in Helsinki where the tram runs. Not quite though. Capula is further up north. But line number 8 starts from the same place as line number 6 and follows it pretty closely. All the way until Störnäinen. While line number 6 continues southwards towards Lintulahti, line number 8 starts following line number 1 and heads west. And it basically follows line number 1 all the way until I think it's Apollonkato. Now I'll have to open the map and actually check what's happening in here. But I think it is Apollonkato where they separate. Because there is a suitable road there, and that is actually quite right. Apollonkato is the place where they separate. And now I will create the end of line 8, which runs all the way to Ruoholahti. That's a nice place if you haven't been there. But obviously most of you don't know where it is. The first stop, which is served solely by line 8, is not a single track stop, it's a double track stop. There we go. And it's called Arkadiankatu. There we go. One thing I actually wonder about this game so far is that I have been building most of the congested tram traffic in Helsinki city, and I haven't managed to create a single issue where the whole traffic would stop because of a crash, because I have done that numerous times. And there are really two options as to why that is so. The other option is that something has changed in the game and crashes are no longer that easy to happen. The other option is I become so good at understanding how this thing works that I can avoid them. I would wish, for the sake of all users and all players of this game, that the reason would be the latter, and that the developers would really have improved the game so much that it wouldn't be possible to crash everything all the time. But when I add the buses, time will tell. And as we are well past midway of creating the trams, I can tell you, if this is line 8, what is left is 8T, which, like its T-named counterparts, obviously runs to a terminal somewhere. Then we have line 9, we have 9N, a night tram running from a terminal, and we have line 10, and then we have line 3N, which I've avoided so far for reasons obvious when you see the route. It's really not creator friendly. Let's put it that way. This area is also way too familiar to me. I used to work in the area, and while the metro was closed because of a renovation, everything seems to be closed for a renovation every now and then. I had to use the tram to get to work. At the same time as the metro was closed due to renovation, they closed this tram line because of renovations. So basically getting to work became a nightmare. Thank you, the city of Helsinki. We really appreciate your way of making projects. Not only did they close the lines, they replaced the tram with extremely small buses which possibly fit around a third of the capacity of a tram. And it was a nightmare. Crowded buses every morning, every afternoon. You were lucky to actually get inside. And this lasted for, I can't remember how many months. But it's over. I survived. And besides, I'm not working in this place anymore, so all happy, happy Jojo. And I do appreciate the need to rebuild the city and rebuild the infrastructure, but to do everything at once and mess everything up at once is not a very good idea. At least not in my opinion. But that's only my personal opinion. I'm not working for the city. I'm just an individual streamer frustrated with their actions. And actually this line is once again drawing to a close. The biggest work was done with the first lines. We have 4 stops left. And then another line is ready. And I have to say, this actually is going down pretty quickly at the moment. I am amazed because the last time I was playing this game, it was last year, and it was a long time ago. I mean, I had a long break. There were major updates done back in it, but I actually started from the same place, and I started building these lines, and I ended up with bus lines 500 and something, and I thought they required an hour's work or something like that. They were extremely hard to do. But like I said, either the game has developed or I have developed, or both. Or then the distances are just shorter because, I mean, we're in central Helsinki now. There isn't a long distance anywhere. Let's build a bridge, shall we? The bridge is called Krusellinsilta, Kruselbron in Swedish. It's designed by a famous, well, not famous, but I mean famous in his position, a bridge architect, because the same guy has designed most of the large bridges under construction at the moment in Finland, because there is a surprising amount of large bridges under construction in Finland at the moment, and this guy is somehow involved with all of them. I have met him. Or no, we haven't met, but we have well, we have met online. We have been on the same Teams call because of my work. So that's how I know him, and this is actually, I think he mentioned this one as one of his favorite bridges. And as you can see, we are back in the same small island where the seaport is located, but if I remember the route of this tram correctly, we are not actually going to the seaport, because there is a special line called 8T, which will run all the way to the seaport. But this is not 8T. This is line 8. It's big difference. And I also think that this is where the line previously ended, but it's been extended. But it doesn't matter. We create the current situation and then we move on. Oops. The fuck did I actually? No, I didn't manage to create it. I tried to create some tram lines into the sea, but it failed. Perhaps I've had one too many, but I'm still not going to go to sleep. I'm just going to keep on building a couple of more lines. It's quite late actually, but I think I will try. I will try to finish the tram lines today. 2 stops left. Yep. That is not much. And once again, this video has gone really, really smoothly. I have spent less than 50 minutes creating the line, and I can't recall it being this easy. I'm surprised. I'm really, really surprised. Or then, back when I was last playing this thing, I was concentrating on something completely different. That is also a possibility in my case. Concentration is not my best characteristic. Let's just put it this way. The track will continue this way. We will not. We will create a loop in here. And that, my dear friends, is line 8. So, let's build the track, shall we? And then it's time to create line 8. And it starts from here. And there it is. Let's just go our way back. And ready. Open for passenger service. Let's start buying trains. Or trams, to be precise. Once again, I will have to work. I mean, I'm not even sure where this 7 minutes rule comes from, but I think back in the days when I started playing this game, the shortest interval between trams was 7 minutes. Let's check if it still is. Actually, the trams seem to use a 10-minute interval nowadays. All of them. Interesting. Well, I will stick to my 7. Or then it's just some trams which use the 10-minute interval. Let's do another check here because that was line number 8. Let's just first solve the mystery. No, all trams in Helsinki seem to have switched to a 10-minute interval. This is something. This is something. Let's check another one. Oh, yeah. They are running every 10 minutes because of the track works. The track works, which have messed up every single line in this town, have also messed up the amount how often the trams run. And now we will stick with the 7 minutes then. But we will also, now we will do one small thing, because if the 10 minutes is the temporary normal, then we need a couple of more trains on line 1T, because we will also make it run every 7 minutes. So, if we have 77 trams right now, number 78 will go to 1T. And this was, of course, not enough. And neither was that. So, still one. Okay. So there. Now all of our lines are running every 7 minutes. And that was all from line 8, folks. The next thing we'll create will be line 8T, and that will probably be a short video, because I somehow believe that this missing piece in here will have something to do with line 8T. So stay tuned, there will be another video tomorrow. But now it's time for a signature goodbye. Bye.